Okay, so for the past roughly 8 years, I have been learning Blender, and throughout that time, I've also gone and taught myself a lot of other different creative software. From like school, I had to teach myself how to use Unity, a little bit of Unreal. I've taught myself Substance, all sorts of stuff, and throughout that entire process, I had to end up basically just teaching myself any different piece of software I wanted to learn. And in today's video, I want to talk you through that sort of process and how you can apply that to Blender. So in the background, I'll be sculpting a little creature concept that I have found. So yeah, let's get started. Let's just get started. All right. The first thing that you need to know is you're not going to learn just by doing like tutorials. If you just copy and paste tutorials, you're not going to learn, or at least you're not going to learn as fast as you want. The problem with tutorials is it gives you one particular thing, and if you're not practicing intentionally, then you're basically just going to end up not improving as you go along. So what you need to do instead is start with a project. Now, what is this brush? Now, essentially, every single software that I started, mainly the reason I even started those software was because I wanted to do a specific project. Like, if I was starting to learn, when I started to learn Blender, I did it because I had a specific project in mind that I wanted to do. Or I had a tutorial, and then that kind of started that project. So, like that. But most of the time, the reason I started that specific software was because I wanted to make something in it. Now, if you're starting Blender and then you kind of like, I don't know, found the donut tutorial and you quit halfway through because you even finishes the donut. But if all you do is like do the donuts and then you're like, oh, cool, now I want to learn some like motion graphics, so I'm just going to copy and paste these tutorials. You're just learning how to follow tutorials, not how to actually make your own decisions and like make good art or how to use that software well. So I always start out, every single thing is started out with a project, and then those tutorials may help you get to that endpoint, but the tutorial is not even the goal. Your goal is your project, which allows you to learn new things along the way. And then you just have to go find good resources online to go answer those questions that come up, because you coming up with those questions is going to help you so much more than just blindly following the tutorials. And also, if you're following the tutorials, you also want to spend more time, like find the specific things they're talking about, follow it. I mean, literally every single tutorial I will watch, I 2x speed it, and I'm not even in the software, or I will be in the software, but I won't be just following, oh, he clicked this button, then he clicked this button. The entire time, I'm just watching what they're doing, and then I will hop into the software, do it myself. And what that allows is you may mess up, but you kind of want to. The main thing is like, when I've been taught Nuke inside of uni, and other people just kind of follow along with the tutorial and then be like, oh, you click this button, and you click this button. But then they didn't ever understand what any of those specific nodes were even teaching them. But what I would do is I would go be like, okay, he's teaching us how to do this. Let me watch it. Or he like did a tutorial yesterday. Now I'm going to try it today and see if I can do it. Then I'm trying and I'm like, this is not working at all. Let me go check the tutorial. Oh, I missed this. Okay, so this component is why this isn't working. Okay, cool. So now I actually have to go through and see what every single node does to actually figure out why this whole process is not actually working. So you see, that's kind of the thing of, if you just follow a tutorial blindly, you're not actually learning why you're doing something or how each component works. You're just going and following, oh, he clicked this button and he clicked this button, which is a really bad way of learning and will just either be very slow or you just won't end up learning a huge amount along the way. Okay, so if you're actually intentionally going through and working on a project and having to do that research to go find solutions to all of those problems, the next thing you have to do is firstly, like, obviously you need to have that repetition of it, because if I do it once, then I'm going to learn something. But then if you don't do it again, then firstly, you're just going to start losing that information. So you have to be constantly going towards it, picking a project. And as like off of what I said before, you need to be like, that is getting out of your comfort zone. You need to be constantly challenging yourself with a new project that you don't know how to do. If you know what you're doing in a project, then you're doing something wrong. Like if you know how to do everything in a project, you're doing something wrong. You need to be at least like a little bit of the project. You have no idea how to do it, or are not happy with how you're doing it. Like if I'm doing a face, the reason I'm doing it is because I don't think my anatomy looks good. I don't think my noses are good. I can't sculpt the lips as well as I want. Like, it's that sort of thing of, if I'm trying to do something, I'm trying to improve the software, especially if I'm trying to learn new software. Like maybe Blender, okay, cool, I've been doing it for quite a while, whatever. But if I'm doing like another software, you need to have a point where it just becomes second nature because you've done it so often. So you don't get that without repetition and just doing it over and over and over again. The sculpting, like I just sculpt every day. Like when back in COVID, I was literally sculpting back then. A lot of it looks really bad. Like I was sculpting on this like tiny, or this old, really old Wacom tablet that I got given on a laptop that was atrocious. But every single morning I'd wake up and I'd sculpt. Like at that point, we were literally living in like a 2-bedroom flat with a family of 5, because it was COVID. We were moving countries. It wasn't really good, but whatever. Essentially at that point, like every day I would go out onto like the patio before everyone was awake. Like literally I'd wake up before the rest of my family, go sit outside, and then with my laptop and my drawing tablet, and then just sculpt for a little bit. And a lot of those sculpts were atrocious, just because I had to put that reps in. Like my sculpts improved. Like it felt random, but you're not going to just randomly, like one day, get really good if you haven't done that work. Now, your progress may feel random, but if you're doing that work every day, just sitting down, sculpting, and trying to improve and being like, actually getting feedback, trying to implement that feedback, and intentionally looking at it, trying to improve, intentionally setting goals, working on a project that you don't know how to do, you're going to get better. Like it's kind of just impossible not to, if you are implementing all of those things. That's how you improve and how you get more comfortable. Like I make models so quickly that like people don't even know what I'm doing in the software just because of the speed. Like if I'm sitting down at college, people just be like, what the hell did you just do? And it's because I put in that repetition, so that like that's how quickly I work. It's just because I've just done the reps of doing it in the software. It just becomes second nature. Everything you do for more often is going to become so much more of a second nature that you can do it so quickly that people don't even like understand how fast you're going. And that's how you become like good and fast, because also the quicker you become, then the more you like repetition you can get in, or the more like the better projects you can get done in that time. Just because if you sculpt a lot quicker, because you're more comfortable with it, it's like you can go do more sculpts, or you can do that practice in less time. So because like if you're really busy and still need to put in that practice, if you're quicker, then you just have more time to improve, and more time, or like not more time, but you have a higher volume of output that's at a good quality. Because obviously you don't want to just be creating awful projects, and especially when you're starting out, your projects are probably going to look really bad. But that is the that's the process of learning. You're not going to get better, and you're not going to get faster without putting that practice in. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of talk about this stuff today. It's just a random sculpt going on in the background. I've actually already sculpted something today as well. And by the way, I will be launching a Skool community pretty soon. Basically, I want to build a community of people that are trying to help each other and like actually give feedback and stuff. I'll help you with your Blender problems because like I've I've been doing it for years. So Blender, ZBrush, anything. Probably mainly focus on sculpting, but I mean that's like what I want to do with this channel. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should name the school, and that will be coming out soon. But yeah, if you have any questions relating to sculpting, Blender, learning Blender, all of that, then leave in the comments down below. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Yeah, the sculpts aren't looking very good so far, but that's just because we've been going for like 10-20 minutes. But yeah, cool. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you have learned a little bit. Cheers.